Welcome back, family, to Northside LDN. And today we've got a special guest, my brother. You know what I mean? Met him from Never a Foul. Always been, tight since then. A real one, Man United fan. DJ RBS, how you doing, bro? From Trafford
Yes,
Tunnel.
yeah, my brother, all good, man, all good. Just chilling out, pre-season and that transfer window. Literally, it's a headache, man. It's a headache because when your team is just literally on, it's in the mud right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get myself too excited and get 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 drawn into all the hype that's happening. So you get me, just been chilling out and that. So yeah, man, just you get me, bro. Just looking ahead right now, innit?
Listen, but we're not going to get into Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal we'll get into a little bit later. The fact that Chelsea have come in and swooped and got Rafinha when we were dabbling if we're going to go for him or we're not going to go for him. Is it Rafinha that we want? Is it Richarlison? Whatever. Let's get straight. Let's get into Man United. Yeah, obviously you're a United fan. You follow everything that's happened. You guys brought in Ragnick, then you got rid of him. Like, explain what's going on. What happened with the Ragnick situation, and do you think the club are backing Ten Hag in the players that he wants?
Um, it's a difficult one to say because obviously there's been so much changes. Obviously, director's been changed. Chief executive. Obviously, there's a few scouts that have been replaced as well. So there's been a lot of change upstairs, in it. So I can understand why things haven't gone as fast as possible in the transfer window. But the way the season ended, the fans are right now aren't happy in it. So like, what United need to do is just make the fans happy and make them feel engaged once again.
Mm.
And I've noticed obviously since the players have been reported back to training since Monday the 27th. Obviously like there's been news now circling around Frankie De Jong signing possibly happening, and obviously Tyrell Malacia from Final. I don't really know too much about this kid, to be fair. I've watched a few like comps and that, but he looks pretty decent. He looks like he's someone is a modern day fullback. So yeah, there's been a lot of stories around that. But let's go back to 6 months ago. Obviously, Ole was here and things were just not looking gravy. I mean, as you know, I was an Ole advocate. Do you know what I'm saying? I was the one of the ones who was like was backing him still. You get me?
Mm.
I thought, obviously we ended the season finishing second. We missed out on Europa League. Should have probably won that when you think about it. Obviously going to penalties, and then we had a decent summer. You know what I mean? We got Varane, Ronaldo, Sancho. You're thinking, all right, it's time to kick on. Let's see if we can just push a little bit closer to the league title and try and pick up a trophy. And it just went tits up, bro. Like it couldn't have gone any worse. Losing to your arch rivals 5-0 at home, City just coming and toying with us, getting smashed up by like literally all the teams that are battling around the relegation area. I think we lost to Watford at home away. We lost to sorry, who got relegated last season? So it was Norwich,
Norwich, Watford,
Watford,
and who was the last one? Even I can't flip and remember.
Burnley. Yeah, sorry,
Burnley,
yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
that's it.
we drew with Burnley away. We dropped a lot of points to a team or a lot of the teams in the bottom half. And like if you want to challenge him for the league, let alone top four, you got to be winning those games. You got to be collecting maximum points. So yeah, obviously then Ole lost his job, and then I don't think the club really knew what direction to go. Like we saw there was the Antonio Conte was available, and I don't know, we kind of sidestepped that one. And then it looked like we were going to get Ragnick in, and then
Hmm.
obviously he was going to have a future after being interim. And it didn't quite work out because as interim, to be fair, it was a pretty much a disgrace, man. Like on the pitch, things were just going from bad to worse. And to be fair, I feel a bit sorry for him because players were dropping out left, right, and centre. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if they were happy or not, but like situations of like players not wanting to be there, like Donny van der Beek weren't getting no minutes, so we loaned him to Everton. Martial, we loaned out to Leon. Obviously number 11. I shall not say his name because do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, obviously he's not about, and a lot of our players that were playing at the same time just were well out of form. So like
Mm.
I feel I do have a soft spot for Ragnick, but at the same time, he was coming to try and steady the ship and try and see if he can salvage the season. And if anything, it got worse. But the plan always seemed to us fans was that they were going to use him like in a director role, kind of like how he was at Lokomotiv Moscow and at Leipzig and around the Red Bull sort of foundation area. And I kind of thought he was going to be like helping around that, scouting players, recruitment. But then it kind of just, within Ten Hag being appointed, it seemed like Ten Hag wasn't interested in having him around. So, you know, it was almost like a waste of time having him in. Like if United wasn't 100% sure on having Ralph around with the new management that was going to be appointed, why bring him in the first place? Again, another dumb like a dumb decision that's put the club 4 or 5 steps back instead of going forward. If anything, probably should have just gone for Antonio Conte, or you should have just bought Ten Hag out of his contract and demanded he come right away, and then we can start the process early. But here we are now in July. Players are back in training. Obviously, we need a couple more signings. Obviously, there's players that have left: Pogba, Lingard, Matic, Mata. Some great servants to the club that have gone now. So it looks like we are going to be revamping, but you can never really trust the United system, man. Like the way Ed Woodward was running the scheme was just all over the place, man. Giving out players on high contracts and overspending on players that just wasn't worth spending money on. And you know, it's led us to this point now where we're struggling to get those players off the books. So I wonder if like Ten Hag maybe just like came in on that first day of training session and went home and thought, "Rah, man, what am I really here doing?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I really doing now? Like, what direction am I gonna go? Because it's a lot of work that he's got to do in it. And again, we've got to be patient. But it's been 9 years, man. It's been 9 years, bro. How much more patient do you want me to be? You get me? Like, I understand he's got to come in, he's got to build, but brother, 9 years, like we were just talking with you lot, it's 19 years, bro. You get me? Like,
and people are still trying to tell people like me to be patient. It's like, how much more patience can you give these guys?
Bro, like, come on, bruv. Like, we've been watching our clubs when we were battling back to back. Like, I know people are gonna be like, you don't bring up the past and that, but listen, like, that's what we grew up on. You get me? Like, think of it the next 10 years' time of Man United and Arsenal still messing about. The next generation of kids, they're all going to be supporting the Man Cities. I'm already seeing kids in Man City shirts. Like, that was never a thing growing up. It was Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool. You did have sporadically like your Tottenhams, your West Hams, and so. But Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool were the dominant ones, and Chelsea as well. So, you know, like it's quite worrying, bruv, because Man City are just absolutely dominant right now. They don't seem like putting a foot wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, they signed Grealish for 100 million, but he's not like he's bought to win them the league title. He's just bought there to just try and give them an extra, I don't know, like a plan B or just a different dimension to the system that they've already got. That's how Man United used to work. That's how Arsenal used to work. It feels like now, every time we get a big name signing in, it's like they're having to have the superhero cape on to try and come and save the day. Do you know what I mean? And like, I'm kind of fed up of that.
But and you're struggling to see what system you can fit these guys into. I think that's been your biggest problem. You guys do spend the money, but you spend the money, and then you got Van Gaal building a team. You've got Moyes built a team, and then Mourinho building a team, and nothing's cohesive. Everything is a signing that's going to be, like you said, a superhero.
That's right.
When we're looking at Ten Hag, I keep seeing him being linked back to Ajax players. Obviously, Man United and Arsenal are both interested in Lazaro Martinez. Obviously, him managing in the Eredivisie, he's going to have more knowledge on the Eredivisie. Is that something to worry, that the fact that all he's trying to buy are players from the Eredivisie and predominantly from the Ajax, and maybe he doesn't actually have a wider scouting range in terms of other players out there in the market that could do the same job that may not cost as much or may cost a little bit more but are ready, are more Premier League proven? Do you worry about that? And also, what positions do you feel like you guys have to address in this transfer window?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie to you. I did mention that on our podcast about a few weeks back, just saying, do you know what? Like, when Klopp and Pep come to the league, you didn't really see them going back to their old clubs or that league or the league that they come from and was just taking out the best players and bringing them to their team. They were picking the players that were right for the system that they were building. I am quite concerned about that. But the thing is with United, though, because we've just got like this PR machine that's like, no matter what, bro, whatever player becomes available, we just seem to be linked with them. And I don't know if they're using Man United to try and up the price, I don't know, just try and work their magic over using the United brand. I don't know if that's what it is, and that's kind of like showing us that it might not be what he's really actually looking for, if you know what I mean. But I am pretty concerned, but I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping there is players that he's looking from I don't know, that could be from, I don't know, League One or even from the Portuguese league. I don't know, anyone across Europe that's the right for his system that he wants to build. I'm all for that. But if he's just going back and just picking Ajax players, I don't know if that's a bit. It feels a bit lazy, if you know what I mean. Like, do you know what I mean? Like with Klopp, I don't remember Klopp signing anybody from Dortmund when he come to Liverpool. I don't think he's ever since he's been there has signed a player from Dortmund. Same thing with Pep, and even same thing with Tuchel at Chelsea. Even though Tuchel come to a Chelsea team that is almost complete, but I am hoping he's got a wider range of players that he is scouting, and maybe
because Ajax can only sell you so many players. Do you know what I'm saying? They can only let go of so many. You can't raid them for the whole squad. They're not gonna. I know they're a selling club, but they also want to uphold their status over there in the Eredivisie as the best team over there. So they're going to be like, well, we can hold on to Anthony because you're linked with Anthony and you're linked with Lisandro Martinez, and it's like. They're probably feeling like, look, we can't sell all our players. Do you know what I'm saying? We can only sell you one.
But then, obviously, before that, we were linked to Timber. That was
Timber is another one.
Was it Tagliafico? That's how you
say
Tagliafico.
Yeah.
Yeah, the left back as well. So that's like 6 players in one window. Like, come on, bro. Like,
it's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna let go of all of them.
Maybe 2 at max, but I think even 2 is a bit of a squeeze because they've already let 2 of their main players from last season go. Gravenberch's gone to Bayern, Haller's gone to Dortmund, and potentially it looks like obviously Martinez could be out the door very soon. Anthony's been linked to us, Timber. But obviously, that looks like that's probably going to be withheld for
which one do you like more? Because I keep seeing United being linked to Timber, then Lisandro Martinez. Do you know anything? Like, have you actually watched these centre backs? And which one do you rate more? Which one do you think Man United are in for more?
Do you know? Obviously, it seemed like we were in for Timber, but I was quite skeptical about Timber because I think if we were going to get him, I think we were probably going to use him as a fullback. I know he can play centre back, and that's where he majoritarily been quite successful under Ten Hag, but I'm not sure how a 20-year-old is going to be like in the Premier League, and like he's not really got the most physical presence. He's not the tallest as well. It could be long for him in the Premier League, especially having to develop a new system. So I was always a bit worried about him. I mean, maybe for the future he could be one, but I think right now, I think out of the 2, I probably would go for someone like Martinez, possibly because he's like very versatile as well. So you always need a versatile player in your team. So I think he can fill in for DM, he can play left back, and he can play centre back. So it's a no-brainer to go in for somebody like that, man. Especially like whenever you're going for league titles, man, you're always going to have players that's going to drop out in certain positions that are going to get injured and stuff. So for someone who's versatile like that, it's a no-brainer, man.
Listen, I understand the whole getting a player that's versatile, but we've got Ben White. He's dead at being a centre back, and he's dead at being a fullback. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask me, I'd rather a centre back that gives me a 9 or an 8 out of 10 every match than being a centre back that can play left back, right back, centre back. But each position he plays, he gives me a 5 or 6 out of 10. Do you get what I'm kind of saying?
Yeah.
Because then it kind of defeats the point. Like, you can have a versatile player that just dead at every position, and that's what we've got in Ben White. So I kind of get what you're saying, but is he really a specialist in what he does?
Yeah, to be honest,
he's
probably somebody that you get once you've built your team and you're just coming in to just kind of just balance the books, if you know what I mean. But like, I feel like obviously, I fully get what you're saying. Actually, to be fair, like right now, United need players that are going to start. We need 8 and 9s out of 10s now. Like, we can't be messing around with 5 and 6 out of 10s, and they're not giving us what we need to take it to the next level. So potentially, like, I've not seen enough. I watched a few games in the back end of last season, and to be fair, it's quite difficult to say because they're always dominating majority of the games that I watch. I think the one game I did watch them where they were kind of on the back foot was against I think it was Nat Breda, and they went 1-0 up, and then Nat Breda equalised, and they got a last minute winner. And they kind of gave him a bit of problems, but it wasn't on Martinez's side. It was more coming down like the right hand side, and they were hitting them on the counter. But it's still pretty hard to judge, man. I needed to really see them against someone who's kind of like on their level, or kind of like where they're not dictating majority of the game, where they're actually getting played on, if you know what I mean. So it was a bit difficult to judge, man. It was more easier to check like the players that were attacking, to be fair, like the Antonys and the Gravenbergs and the Hallers and Tadic. So yeah, I haven't seen enough, man, to say if I want him, yes or no. But just for his versatility, it's key to have a player like that in your team. But right now, especially the way United are in it in transfer windows, like I can't trust my team to just. We normally only get 3-4 players and then that's it. Like, we obviously need a lot more. So like the players that we are going to come in, they're key for us improving. So we have to get someone who is a natural in that centre back. Like, I'd love a Koulibaly in it. I think that ship sailed now, in it. But I don't know. I haven't really got many players on my radar.
Bro. No one's really in for him. And when you look at your centre back options, Varane, bro, we can now see why Real Madrid was so happy to just get rid of him. When is he available? When he's available, he's literally looking like a flipping French version of Harry Maguire. You know what I mean?
Literally, I always thought that, like, I always thought when we signed Varane, I always thought, like, why is he coming to Man United now? He could stay at Real Madrid for possibly another year. I think he had another 2 years left on his contract. So I never understood, like, why would you decide to come to Man United? Like, it don't make sense. You either come to Man United for the P's, or there's something wrong where you're not fit enough, and Real Madrid don't trust you to give them, I don't know, 40 to 50 games in a year. And literally, that is exactly what happened to United. Like, I think every big game he missed. I think he played you guys once in the home game. He missed both Liverpool games. He missed both Man City games. He missed, and I think he played the Chelsea game near to the back end of the last season. But you see the big games, isn't it? That's what we're signing him for. And he's not been there. A couple of Champions League games he wasn't available for. And then obviously a long stretch of period as well when he's been out for like 5-6 games where you need him. And especially when you've got other centre-backs like Maguire, just comedy. Lindelof, not much better. Bailly, he's good on his day, but he's made out of biscuits. Man,
Yeah,
will
he's
just get injured. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, we're just down to the bare bones, bruv. And we've signed another centre back who's literally like Bailly, Maguire, Lindelof, all put in one. You know what I mean? Like, it's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating. You know,
your centre back options. Look at the levels. Yeah, you man used to have like Ferdinand, Vidic. Do you know what I mean? Stam. You used to have some bad boy centre backs. Yeah. Now you look at your centre back options. It's absolutely laughable.
Yeah, it's a joke. Absolutely laughable. We'd even have players like, you know, like your Wes Browns and your John O'Shea's that weren't amazing, but they come and do a job. Do you know what I mean?
You'll take them now.
Yeah. All day long, Wes Brown walks into that centre back. He walks right in. No questions asked. But
it's mad.
Yeah, we just don't have that above. Like, and you think, bro, all those centre backs we've spent money on. Maguire, £85 million. I don't know who sanctioned that. For real. 40 million on Varane, 30 million on Bailly, 30 million on Lindelof. You're looking at nearly 150, 160 million, bro, on all those back five. Like, I don't understand, innit? I don't know who was doing the scouting and stuff, but it's just a complete mess, man. And this is what I'm saying to you, like, with Ten Hag, probably just thinking, fuck me, bro, like, this job's actually going to be a lot harder than I thought. So
it's mad, bro, because when you think about it, like, when you bring up Maguire, yeah, I swear him and Ben White must be cousins at least. These like are twins, bro. Defensively, they're identical, bro. Shambolic, bro. Don't read the game. Let man run off of them. They get brushed off the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's absolutely disgusting, bro. I seen Ben White getting put on his ass by Sissoko, bro. Sissoko, his legs are gone.
Yeah.
His legs are gone and he's putting him on his ass. You lot, yeah? The thing is with Arsenal, yeah, a lot of Arsenal fans don't actually look into the finances of Arsenal. In the last 6 years, we've lost £340 million on money we could have made if we actually sold players properly. A lot of players, we let them go on a freebie, or we only recovered back 40% of the fee that we paid for them, or letting contracts run down. If we sold properly, we could have had that much. And even then, we have still been outspending Liverpool. So that's why when Arsenal fans talk about money, it pisses me off, because when you actually go do your research, we're one of the top spenders. We are the only thing is we spend poorly. You guys have spent even more than Man City, but you guys can't stick to a direction that you want to go down. Do you get what I'm saying? It's chop and change. You know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous, bro, because the amount of money you lot have burnt, yeah, it is mad, bro, because it's not, and this is without you lot having Arab owners, oil money. Do you know what I'm saying? You lot can compete financially. You just never stuck to, right, this is the Man United DNA, and we're going to have a manager that matches that. And he has to play this style of football. And if it doesn't work, we'll get rid of him. But the squad continuously gets built around the idea of this is the Man United way, which is attacking football. Yeah. And this has been the problem with you lot. This has also been the problem with us. Arsene Wenger staying on way too long. Man United and Arsenal's problems have been identical. And for me, I love seeing you lot's demise, because my family was split, yeah? Half of them were Arsenal, half of them were Man United, innit? And because our demise came first, most of my Man United family, yeah, were laughing, bro. They were laughing in my face. So those filhos da puta, they were laughing in my face. Ah, ha, 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 you lot ain't winning nothing, yeah? I said, listen, I remember saying to my cousin, I said, when Fergie leaves, your club is F. He's like, nah. Because back then, yeah, a United fan could never envision this. Could never envision this. You know what I'm saying?
No
you know
way,
what I'm saying?
bro. No way.
Now look.
Listen, like, obviously, like, Man United history, it's always Liverpool's our rivals. But when I was growing up in school, and for me, like, on my dad's side of the family is pure Arsenal fans. And my mum's side of the family is pure bare Liverpool. There's only like a few of us that's Man United in the family. So, like, yeah, growing up in it, obviously, man, you get me, I could like hold my chest up and be like, yo, listen, we're the top dogs, innit? So, like, obviously, like, growing up, it was mainly Arsenal who was like our main rivals, bro. Like, so when Arsenal demised, I'm not gonna lie to you, I loved every minute of it. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I loved every minute of it, innit? But you see, when it got to a point where, like, obviously I was watching the Wenger situation happening, and I was just like, do you know what? The Van Persie situation was like, these lot don't even care anymore, bro. How can you sell a player to Man United? Don't make sense. Like, you sold us your best player for us to go and win the league. And all right, cool. It was kind of bittersweet, because after that, things kind of went downhill. Fergie left, and, you know what I'm saying, the next 9 years, you know what I'm saying, the story's been told. But it's crazy, bro. Like, I just thought after that, what's happening to Arsenal? And then literally, it kind of happened to us in the same, but it took a little while for it to come. When we sold Tevez to we didn't sell Tevez to Man City. We let him run out his contract, and then he went over. And I thought that's when we kind of passed the baton over to Man City to become the top dogs. And now it's just, I feel like it just feels like a mountain away from trying to regain back the king spot now. And it's crazy, bro. It's just crazy, isn't it? Like, how things could just go from bad to worse. And I never thought it would ever go this bad. I always knew Fergie was going to go one day. I used to always say it to my brethren, like, bro, like even like around the 2010s, 11 time, when we're not great, but we're still winning the league, we're still competing with the Champions League and stuff. I used to say to my boy, I was like, bro, like, don't you think this has gone on a bit too long now? Don't you think, like, we've been top dogs for so long, like, it might just come to an end? He's like, nah, it's never going to happen. I used to just be like, yeah, cool, it's never going to happen. But I always thought when Fergie goes, yeah, there might be a dip, but I didn't think there was going to be a dip like this.
Yeah, not like this.
I always thought there's no way they're going to let Man United go to a place where it's never been. Well, it's not been in decades. Because this happened after when Matt Busby passed away. When Matt Busby left the club, And obviously, literally, we got relegated like 6-7 years later, just for the fact that the foundations and the structure was just ripped apart. That going through managers, turnovers, non-stop, different players coming in, relegated, promoted, and then we just have the odd couple of days at Wembley, FA Cups here and there, but we were never challenging for no league titles, bro. I'm just hoping now, like, we can actually just start to like build a structure and actually stick to it. It's worried me the fact that John Murto, obviously, he stepped in for Ed Woodward, and like he's kind of made a mistake already with the Rangnick situation. So like, I understand like he's more of a football man. He's got more, he's got more education on what it takes to become a good football club. But he's already made a mistake already, innit? So like, I am gonna be patient with him because I understand it's a lot to build up after 9 years of bullshit. But yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? It's a difficult.
Do you know what? Yeah, when you lot got Rangnick, I thought for a second, okay, maybe Man United are actually trying to actually organize themselves properly, which is have a structure at the club and identity, and get managers that match that identity and players that match that identity. And the only thing that goes in and out in a regular sense is the manager, because if he doesn't achieve, you go and get another manager that also plays attacking football, but has achieved X, Y, and Z, and he's already got the foundations of a club, of a team that are ready to play his style of football because the squad matches the ideas of the manager. But when you lot got rid of Rangnick, I was like, what the hell are these lot doing? Like, what? We all knew, let's be real, we all knew Rangnick was only there to go upstairs. That was the idea. That was the idea that everyone was fed in the media, and even opposing fans. And I was thinking, okay, cool, Rangnick's done some good business. I think, okay, cool. Rangnick, he wasn't supposed to make you magnificent. He's not a manager. He's going upstairs. But then when you chop him and get Ten Hag, there was reports that Ten Hag didn't like Rangnick on this, and that. And I'm thinking, the people above these, the owners, have to say, listen, this is the structure. This is what it is. This is what you're working with.
Yeah.
We're going to have continuity. You guys ain't got to be besties, but this is how it's going to be run. And that's it. Do you get what I'm saying? Of course, the manager has a say. But if you're trying to impose a style and an imprint, then surely you would have told Ten Hag, listen, Rangnick is here. He's going upstairs. Do you want the job? Surely he would have been told. The second thing the thing I want to ask you is this. You're getting linked to centre-backs like Lissandro, Timber. You got Malacia that's come through the door. You've been linked to Anthony. What players, what positions do you want to see Man United tackle this window? What other positions do you want to see?
No, definitely centre mid, bro. Centre mid has been a key area, bro. It's been an area that it's been a problem since Fergie was here. Like, Scholes retired, and we kind of had to force him out of retirement to come back. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was the start of the problems there. Obviously, we've had a mad turnover of centre mid that's come through, and it's not really worked. I mean, we've had players that I think we had personal terms agreed. Tony Cruz, Thiago, Vidal, and we never went through with him in the end. I don't think Van Gaal wanted them in the system. I don't think David Moyes wasn't quite keen on those type of players. So we've been in for top midfielders, but I think right now, bruv, it's been a problem that's been created for the last 10 years where we've tried to just have a quick fix. I think the real problem that we had was, I think back in 16, 17 when Mourinho first came, and obviously he got Pogba in, and I think like the perfect player that could have been next to him was Fabinho from Monaco, and no one was really in for him, and then Liverpool went and got him, and that kind of like, I think Liverpool got him and Mane in the same summer, if I'm not lying. I think he come the summer after Mane, and you can see he was just a big part of them just building into that next level and becoming a good modern football club. Where United now, we're still kind of stuck in that old era of centre midfielders, like with McTominay and Fred, not got great passing range. Like, squad players, I feel they're decent, but for starting week in, week out, they're just not of that level. So I think centre midfield, we need to start from there, bro. I think we need two centre midfielders. Obviously, Frankie de Jong's a fucking good start. Can't deny that, bro. That's a quality player to get in. but I feel we need somebody next to him as well, man. I'd love a Ruben Neves from Wolves, man. If anyone watches,
Yeah, you need a
Trafford,
CDM, man.
you
That's
need a
why it's shocking
CDM,
that you
man.
lot missed out on Basuma as well, because I was raging about Basuma. And I thought, Man United, yeah,
25 million pound, bro.
25 mil, bro. And it's like, bro, like when you look at Man United and Arsenal, both our midfielders are dead, bro. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real, the midfield ain't great, bro. Like, I rate Pogba, but outside of Pogba, there's not. I think the Brazilian, what's his name again? Fred. I think Fred is decent, but there's no one that's outstanding. You know, back in the day, man, you had Scholes, you had players like that. We had Vieira, we had, you know what I mean? We had proper midfielders. Like now, the midfield to me is shot. And I think you lot need a centre mid, you lot need a CDM, you lot need, I don't know if you're going to play with a 10, but if you do, then you need one because you ain't got one. I think you need proper wingers because Rashford on the wing, I'm sorry, I don't think he's good enough for Man United. I know, you know, there's a lot of sentiment because, you know, he come through the academy, X, Y, and Z. But listen, I don't think he's good enough for Man United standards. And this is coming from an Arsenal fan. Then you look at the strikers. I don't think your strikers are all that. I think you need to strengthen there as well. Your fullbacks as well. I don't really rate your team like that. I think you have individuals, but as a squad, like, apart from the few individuals, I don't really rate it. Like Bruno Fernandes, if he's not scoring a goal, tapping in a goal, bro, he brings nothing. His all-round game is dead. Ronaldo doesn't press. Then you got Rashford that I don't even know the last time he scored a goal. Then you got Sancho, he's a baller, but you need to get him in a system that can get the best out of him. Bro, it's not good enough, bro. Like, it's, oh my days. I don't know. Man United, bro, I don't rate your team. I can't lie. Your actual
it's
squad,
crazy. It's crazy to think that we went into last season probably saying, this is the best squad we've had probably since 2012-13. Literally, we had 2 players for every position, but then it just didn't click for some reason, man. It just got worse for some reason. It's crazy. Obviously, Cavani's left now. Obviously, Martial's coming back. Obviously, now we've lost Pogba and Lingard. So that's 2 good midfielders. Obviously, that's left now. Mata and Matic as well. Matic was our only DM that we had at the club. So him going now, we need somebody. So I mean, like,
his legs are done. He's done.
Bro, he's been done for a long time. But I think he was done in his last season at Chelsea with Kante. I think Kante was holding his hand though. Like he did have a good season, but let's be honest, bruv. Like he had Kante next to him, bruv, doing a lot of the dog work. I feel like when he come to United, he looked all right for the first 3-4 months, and then he just deteriorated, man. Like I was kind of done with him after 4 months, bro. I was like, bro, I don't see us going the next level, especially when you're watching City play this fluent football. Fernandinho, De Bruyne, David Silva, like the midfield just interchanging, bro. Like with our midfield, bro, it was so static, bro. I think we had, was it Pogba, Matic, and Herrera, and like it was decent, bro, innit? Like, but it's not gonna win you league titles, innit? Like we need a league title winning midfielder. So Frankie de Jong's that's such a good start, but we need somebody next to him, innit? We need a destroyer. If not a destroyer, we just need someone who can dictate from deep, innit? That can come and collect from the back 2, or even from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, because you can't do a Pogba. Like when you lot bought Pogba, you bought him and then you didn't bring, like you didn't create.
Yeah, we didn't build around him.
You just stuck Pogba and said, right, you be the guy to save us, and that's it. And I think that's where you went wrong. If you do the same with De Jong, then people are going to bash De Jong, but really and truly, players need other players of a similar level or that complement their game for them to elevate. Do you know what I'm saying? It can't just be one man. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen it here at Arsenal when we got Ozil. Apart from Alexis Sanchez, who else at Arsenal really complimented Ozil? No one. And he was expected to rip up trees. Now, towards the end, when he got the big contract, I think he started to be a lazy prick. I can't even lie. I wanted that feeling that put that out of the club. But at the same time, I could look at him and say, bro, where was the world-class CDM? Where was also the world-class deep line playmaker around him? Where was the world-class striker? Where was, do you know what I'm saying? Because this guy's going to unlock defenses. And then what? Who's he passing to? Who's he feeding? What's the quality? Do you get what I'm saying? Who's helping him out? The fact that he's not going to trap back, do the dirty work. Who was there to do that for him? And those are the things that you have to look at. And Man United, they can't just look like you said earlier on at the start of the stream. They can't just buy a player and think, right, you're the superhero. You're our man. That's it. We don't need to do anything else. You're going to save us. It don't work like that. Do you get what I'm saying? But listen, I want to shout out your channel quickly. We got 60 people watching live right now. Make sure
like
you go
and
support my guy Biz, on Never a Foul and also on the Trafford Tunnel. Go support these guys. You know what I'm saying? These are the guys that I come up in my YouTube infancies, bro. That's what I met you lot. Like, real talk, brother. Real guys, man. Listen, people, make sure you go and support their channel, man. Never a Foul and also the Trafford Tunnel. And yeah, man, go support these lot. So you was going to say?
Yeah, no, do you know what? Yeah, I think our board has been pretty spiteful in times as well. Like, there's been a couple of transfer windows where it's just been, it just never made sense. Like, I think Mourinho's third transfer window, I feel like, obviously the first season, finished sixth, but he won 2 trophies, got us Champions League, he done what he had to do. Second season, he kicked on, had a slight title challenge, but City ended up running away with it. Got to an FA Cup final, lost, but you could see there was something there, and he's taken it to the next level. So now give him what he needs. But the club felt like, we've given you enough already. We don't need to give you any more. So they gave him Fred. It's not really much of an upgrade to the midfield that we already had at the time. And they gave him, obviously they bought Sanchez in the January, but in the summer they had Fred, Dallo, and Lee Grant. And it's like, all right, go make up 19 points against Man City. That's not going to happen. And then the next summer, obviously, Ole comes through, and Ole's first transfer window was a disgrace. I think that's probably the worst transfer window I've ever seen the club ever have. It was the summer we let go of 8 players, and we're bringing 3 players of Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, and Daniel James. Go get top 4. It's like, hold on a minute, bro. We've just let go of Alexis Sanchez, who we just signed 18 months ago. We let go of Lukaku, who we signed 2 years ago. We've let go, what was it? Fellaini's gone. Smalling's gone. I think Daley Blind left as well. Like, there was about a good 8 players left. And it's like, go get top 4. And it's just like, where's the structure? Like, where's the know-how of trying to build a team? Like, why are you, like, I don't understand, bro. Like, whoever sanctioned the 85 million and wasted all that money where that could have been spent on 2-3 other areas and bolstered up the squad, could have got 2 midfielders next to Pogba. Instead, you wasted it on Harry Maguire. It's not even a personal attack on Harry Maguire, but £85 million sanction on 1 centre-back.
But you lot for a long time allowed Ed Woodward to do a lot of your dealings, though, isn't it? And he's a money man, and that's where you lot went wrong. And us, the problem with us, we didn't have a money man doing our decisions. We just had no accountability. You know what I mean? No one was held accountable at Arsenal. You could go and spend and put Ozil on 300,000 a week, and that's okay. I mean, we still don't, because we've gone and put flipping Eddie and Ketty on 100k a week. Like, this guy's not worth that, bro. Do you remember, like, how much dead wood the Man United and Arsenal have that couldn't shift? You lot still got Phil Jones. My guy's on, I swear he's on like 100k, over 100k a week. No one's going to pay that a week. So my guy's going to sit at your club, receive those payments and say, you know what, I ain't going nowhere. So finish that put that. I know you lot want me to go.
I think Phil Jones earns more than what Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson do at Liverpool.
This is the problem. And you can't get these guys off until their contract runs down, bro. And we had it. This is why we had Willian. Thank God he terminated his own contract. We still got players like that. We had Rob Holding, we had Callum Chambers, and bad players that we're struggling to get rid of because their wages, no one else is dumb enough to put them on these wages. And the players are looking at it like, look, I know this is my last payday because I'm shit. So I'm just going to sit here, receive this money, rinse this club for every penny it's got, because I know the next contract I get when this terminates, I'm probably going to get a 60% pay cut. You know what I'm saying?
If that,
exactly, bro. So that's been the main problem. Trafford Tunnel here. Make sure you go like and subscribe also to the channel. Question: who gets back to the top first, Arsenal or United? Do you know what? I think Man United. Because I think your fans are less. I think your fans are not as patient. You remember, Arsenal fans are only kicked off as a unit and as an actual fan base, as a collective, when the Super League was coming in. Yeah, once the Super League was gone, nobody held the Cronkies accountable that we haven't been winning for 19 years. You lot stormed your stadium. I remember when you lot stormed your stadium, bro. And that's what
the thing is, though, you lot didn't turn up for the Brighton game for Emery when the stadium was half empty, and you didn't turn up after the League Cup final that you lost to Man City, and you played Man City the following Thursday, and you didn't turn up. I think that's when they know, all right, cool, we can't fuck about no more, but these lot aren't turning up, they're not spending money, we need to make a change. And you lot have done that. We're United fans, we don't do that. Like, it kills me. It kills me. Liverpool fans, when it comes down to it, they're a unit, bro. They all come together. You see, when they try putting the tickets up to £78 or something like that, or the season tickets, bro, they all come out. We don't care if we're winning 2-0. We'll walk out the stadium, bro. We will walk out. We won't spend no money. That's when they were like, all right, cool. We got to make a change. We have to make a change. Otherwise, these lot ain't coming back. With United, we've tried to do this a few times. Obviously, we did the thing where the fans went through the stadium and they caused the uproar, and it made mad headlines across the world. I was so proud that day. But guess what? We signed Cristiano Ronaldo, and a month later, and everybody's buying shirts again, renewing season tickets, going back to the stadium, spending money.
Yeah, but you lot as a collective came together against the owners. Arsenal fans don't do that. After the Super League, I went to a protest, yeah? I went to a protest. It was for Never a Foul, actually. It was actually for Never a Foul. And I remember I went down there, I was working. I went down there, and this was for the Arsenal section of the channel. And I went down there, and as you get towards the armory, the signal cuts off. And there wasn't much signal, so I couldn't get it on camera, only when I went away from the stadium. When I got there was 5 people protesting, and one of them was Turkish, off of the Big Six. He was one of the only one. I got there, I said, Turkish, where's the protest? What protest, bro? Everyone's going into the everyone's going to see the match. Everyone's going into the armory, buying new shirts. No one cares about protesting. Now that the Super League is over, everyone's back to doing the same crap. And this is what I've seen in this fan base. Whereas you lot, yeah, it may have not worked, but you've seen evidence of United coming together, storming the stadium in protest against the ownership. This fan base, as a collective, as a fan base, will not get together and protest the Cronkies, bro. They won't. I'm yet to still see the mass. I'm talking about the majority of Arsenal fans protesting, because we've been mugged off double the amount of time you lot been mugged off. We got more reason to protest. We got more reason to storm the Emirates than you lot have. We've been taken for mugs longer. Plus, well, not me, because I don't go to the stadium, but the match-going fans pay way more than you lot. To what? To be failures for 19 years. We've got a DVD coming out, flipping Amazon, flipping all or nothing. Like, these guys are some jokers, bro. Like, literally finessing us, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I get that your protest didn't get what you wanted out of it, but you've still seen that Man United fans, they to a certain degree, they're starting to have enough, and they have done something as a collective.
I think, bro, we have been trying, bro. We've been trying since 2004/5. We didn't want these men coming through the door, and they came through the door. Since then, we have been trying to get them out. But like you said, like, you might see it sporadically happen. As a collective, we'll come together, we make noise. We tried doing it in 2011 with the green and yellow scarves, and you know, it made a lot of noise. It made headlines. Obviously, having Beckham come back when he was playing for AC Milan and put on the scarf, that was amazing. That was such a big moment, but it never really kicked on after that. And then, you know, we won the league, and so people go quiet. Then it comes back again when the team's not really doing well. I think the main one was obviously the Super League thing. I think that's where, like, it was at its highest, and it was going in the right direction until we signed Cristiano Ronaldo back. And it's been a bittersweet to have him back in it. Like, listen, he will always be my goal. That's one of my favorites ever in it. I thank him for 07-08. Absolutely amazing season, 42 goals. I will never forget it. But signing him back was probably the wrong move that we did, because it literally, for the fans' perspective, everybody just turned a blind eye. And even myself, I have to kind of say, I've always been Glazers out. Like, I didn't renew my fucking membership last season, and I haven't renewed it for this season. I've been a member since I was, for 17 years straight, and I didn't renew it last season, and because I just had enough. And I was saying the season before I didn't renew it. So this is going to be my 3rd season without renewing it. I had enough. But with the Ronaldo thing, I saw a lot of people who was at the forefront of the protest, making noise outside the stadium. But then you see them in the new number 7 Ronaldo shirt. You see them spending money back at the stadium, going back to the ground, going to watch the game. It, like, are you with it or you're not? Simple as, innit? Because if you're not with it, if you're not with it, then cool, innit? Just say, innit? But if you are with it, stick by it because it was working. Apparently, was it Adidas? The sales went down, I think, a good 30% for Adidas. Adidas was not happy with the Man United sales this time last season until
Okay.
Ronaldo came, and the next thing there was record sales of shirts.
So you're saying they bought Ronaldo just to boost up the sales and get the sponsors?
Bruv, think about it. It's a no-brainer. Like as soon as Ronaldo became available, think like we signed Sancho and Varane. We didn't announce Varane until the first game of the season, like some Hollywood star rolling the red carpet out for him on the first game of the season. Look, we got Varane. Take a selfie in front of the stadium. I'm here to save the day. Didn't go down that way. But then there was no news on Ronaldo, bruv, after that Leeds game. Until like in the week, you're hearing that he might be going to Man City. And then obviously the owners are like, nah, that can't happen. They already don't like us. They already hate us for what we tried to do with the Super League thing. The worst thing possible is to have their legend go next door and do things that we need him to do for us right now. So I think it was a no-brainer for them to be like, right, that's the only way they're going to be back on our side is if we get Ronaldo back. But we all spoke. We've done endless of podcasts, endless of the United fans been talking. We need another DM. Yeah, we need another DM, bro. There's so many midfielders that's available. Let's go and get a midfielder. The money's not there. The money's not there to get a midfielder. That's what they were briefing last summer. There's no money to get a midfielder. But how come all of a sudden the Ronaldo deal was done within like 2 days? Whenever we go in for a play, the Sancho thing took a year and a half to happen. Varane deal took months to happen. This Frankie de Jong thing, it's been going on for a couple of weeks. It's probably been going on behind the scenes for a little while, but in the the news light, it's been happening for a couple of weeks, like about 9 weeks now. It feels like it's dragging on. But with the Ronaldo thing, it happened so quick, so fast. So to me, it's like you lot can work quick, you can work efficient, but you choose to do it when you want it, and you knew it was going to benefit the club on their perspective by getting Cristiano Ronaldo, and it worked for them to an extent.
Pull on the fans' heartstrings in that.
Say again?
Pull on the fans' heartstrings.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? For everything he's done for you lot. Listen, we're going to get into the Arsenal bit now. Northside, who would you take if Arteta gets sacked this coming season? Well, I'd sack him right now as we speak. I don't want him to go into next season because he's trash, just like Ole. I make the comparison with Ole because Ole went into a Europa League final against Villarreal and lost against a Villarreal that probably cost 35 million euros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why? Because he lost to a manager that's better than him. Man had all the tools, player for player. You had a better squad. Why didn't you actually win the competition? Because your manager is incompetent. The most important thing in a club is the manager. In terms of managers I would take, what I'm saying by saying that is saying that I don't even care if Arteta gets all the players that he wants. We're not going to win anything. The manager I would take is Simeone. If we can't get Simeone for any reason, I'd go get Mancini. I'd get Mancini. Mancini won the Euros in Italy with no striker, bruv.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This Arteta Donny, yeah? He's so crap, bro. He's already spent $250 million. Then he needs more players, yeah, to do the job basically of what Conte's done in 6 months for Tottenham, which is get top four. Top four. Not even to win the league. Top four. You know what I'm saying, man? Conte comes in there, doesn't need to name it a youth project, buys 2 players, I think that amount to something like 50, 60 mil, yeah, and gets top 4 in the first year. This guy's been here 3 years, $250 million, man, still yet to get into the top 4 to qualify for Champions League football. Flipping it, bro, this guy's trash, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he's good vibes in it because he looks all right. He looks the part. When we put the documentary out, he looks happy with the kids like Ole. Do you know what I mean? And most people, yeah, unfortunately, they're just youngsters that don't really understand ball, bro. They get sucked up by the PR. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the shame. Listen, I want to get into some players that are linked to Arsenal, and I want to get your take on it. Actually,
before you go in, I saw the little trailer on the All or Nothing documentary. Obviously, that's out next month, if I'm right.
Yeah,
and the way they've done it, it's like things have been going well for you lot. It's like things have been. It's like you're champions, bro, man. The way they've done it, like they got Saka smiling. It looks obviously at the beginning, got Ramsey like, oh no, this is dead, man. Poor performance and that. This is embarrassing. And then you got Saka smiling at the end. It's like, there's nothing to smile about, bro. You didn't get top 4. And even that, bro, like, top 4 is not the be and end all, bro. You want to win the league. That's where Arsenal's supposed to be. You're supposed to be challenging for the league title. So having Saka smiling at the end, bro, it don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense, bro. They got Ben White sliding on his knees, flipping Ramsdale slamming his glove down on the floor, thinking, what kind of pucaria have I signed up for? You know what I mean? Take me back, because with these bums, we ain't doing nothing. Do you know what I mean? But you know it's going to be PR, bro, because it's the same as Man United, bro. Like, at the end of the day, this club is all about image. It's more image than actually doing anything. Like the same way you spoke about Ronaldo and you lot bringing him in for the image, to look good to the sponsors, to get numbers up, you know, financially look good to investors. That's all it's about, bro. It's not about, are we building a football dynasty? Is it about winning? It's not, bro. It's very clear which clubs in the Premier League are built to win and which are built to scam the flipping the fans, bro. And I'm sick of it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be reviewing that episode by episode. The fact, yeah, that these bums, yeah, have been on their ass, yeah, after knowing, because we knew that Rafinha preferred Barcelona and Chelsea. It doesn't take a genius to know that this guy would prefer going to Chelsea or Barcelona over Arsenal. We have no European heritage. We no longer play the sexiest style of football in England anymore. We haven't won anything in Europe. Like, we've got a project youth. Why would he want to come here? So when Barca are sorting out their financials and Chelsea are trying to sort out their ownership deal, that's when you pounce on someone like Rafinha and say, listen, here's the money. Here's what you're going to get. Come to us right now. We're ready. They're not serious. We got the money right now. And do you know what I'm saying? You can haggle when it's a player that there's not much interest from anybody else, or he doesn't really have options, or the options that he'd like to go to, that club is not interested in him. Then you can haggle. But when you know your rivals and bigger clubs are in for that player, you got to move quick, bro. Because that player's got options, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to get it over the line. You got to sell it and you got to be fast, bro. But no, we waited around and look, he's gone to Chelsea, bro. Chelsea, a Chelsea team that was in turmoil with the ownership and everything. Look how quickly they've recovered and it's now, boom, we've got Rafinha, boom, we're getting Sterling. When does Man United and Arsenal move like that? When do we move like that? When do we move like that? I'm sick of it, bro. We get Fabio Vieira, that is another project youth. Another one that, what Eddie said the other day, one for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of it. I've been waiting 19 fucking years, bro. What do I have to wait another, 25, 30 years? Do you know what I mean? Bro, you've seen at Arsenal, yeah? Every time we get a world-class player, they go because we don't match their ambition. Adebayor, Van Persie, Nasri, Haleb, Fabregas, all these players, bro, they leave because we're not ambitious, bro. How many times have Van Persie came out and said, yo, I asked the manager, who are we going to get? I'm scoring all these goals. Who are we getting? What's the plan? My guy's saying, yo, you need to leave or you're going to go in the reserves. It's ridiculous, bro.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Now he looks like the Judas when realistically he's the one with the ambition. It's the same thing with Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney tried the same thing. Like, what's going on with United? Why are we not signing no players? I think Rio said he done this directly after winning the Champions League 07-08. He went up to David Gill and was like, right, I like this. What's happening for next summer? Who we signing? David Gill's like, just relax, bro. Just enjoy the moment. No, I want to know who we signing next summer. I want to keep doing this. I need this in my life.
Don't ask questions. They were like, don't ask questions.
Bro. You know what I mean? Same thing happened to Rooney. But at the time, bro, people turned on Wayne Rooney for it. Rooney was getting I remember his form dipped massively. I don't think he scored in the first half of the season. And then he come back and got a bit of form. Got us to the Champions League final. And then Barcelona destroyed us. But like, you could see why he was so angry, because when Barcelona destroyed us, there was a reason why he was angry. Like, he's thinking, yo, I'm with Ronaldo and Carlos Tevez. We've just won the Champions League, and within a year, these men are gone, and you're replacing them with Michael Owen and Antonio Valencia. Like, come on, like, it don't take a surgeon to work out this is not right. Something's not happening. Something's not right. Is this a money situation? Like, what's happening? And every year, Fergie used to do this thing when he used to be like, there's nothing happening in the market at the moment. There's no worth for us right now to be going in for anybody. And I feel like this is the same thing that's been happening at Arsenal. I feel like Wenger was protecting the owners for a very long time. when you deep it, he done all right. He done all right for the time being. I understand you lot were frustrated because it was a long time since you would actually put a title challenge together. But I just feel like these owners, man, they kind of know how to just swindle the they kind of use a player or they use a big figure to hide behind the problems, which is them.
Yeah, nah, facts. Listen, I wanna get your opinion.
Yeah, getting to Arsenal. I keep switching it back to United. Sorry,
I want to
man.
get your opinion on these players and see what you think. So we've been linked to this Brenner guy, plays over there for Torino, 25-year-old Brazilian centre back, Bremer. Spurs are also linked to him, and so is Chelsea.
What is it with all the Brazilians you get a link to him? Again, like, I don't want to think you're doing this Man United thing, but you mentioned to me earlier, United keep going in for it. Was it since Ten Hag's coming here?
Ajax
The players seem to be just Ajax players, Dutch players. No, you not keep going for Brazilians.
Bro, apparently Edu's the link in it. He's the link, but yet the Rafinha deal's falling through. It don't make no sense, bro. I don't know, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
But I'm guessing you must have a scout in every continent or a group of scouts in every continent that's looking for the best ballers. But you keep going for the same one player, same one country for players. It don't make sense. Like, what's going on? Like, the scouting's not scouting. You get me? Like, it don't make sense. Or are you refusing to go for the scouts because you're trying to save money on getting these cheap players? Or I don't understand it. Like, I understand. We know in it, Brazilian players in it, they're top notch in it, but to try and build a whole squad around it, you've already got like your core Brazilian players in it. Like, you need to mix and blend it. You get me? Like, the thing is, if you view to get Rafinha in, there was Rafinha, Martinelli, you got Gabriel at the back. Who's how many? You got about 5-6 Brazilians already in your team.
Yeah, the rest of them are Portuguese. Cedric's Portuguese, Tavares is Portuguese, Fabio Vieira's Portuguese. Yeah. So yeah, they're all Portuguese speakers. But yeah,
you just signed Jesus as well. Sorry, I forgot about Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad, bro. Like, it's actually mad, bro. Like, this Brenner guy, I don't know much about him. If they want to go get it, hurry the F up and get it done. I'm sick of this bucadia. There's always a flipping excuse of Arsenal. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're haggling. If you want it done, go get it done. Because Tottenham are in for him and Chelsea are in for him. Is it going to be a Rafinha part 2, or is this flipping bullcrap team and club actually going to do something and be proactive in the market? Because now we're being linked to Asensio. People saying, oh, Rafinha alternative. All I keep seeing is links to alternatives. No, go get the guy. If that's the guy, go get the guy. We could have got Rafinha. We could have got Rafinha. Why not get Rafinha? Why are we looking at an alternative? Yeah? Real Madrid only sell players when they're done. The only time they've got rid of a player and they've got it wrong was Makelele. That is it. Other than that, when they get rid of these players, it's because they're dead. We got Ceballos. We soon see why they gave us Ceballos. That Filho da Puta was trash, bruv.
I'm surprised. He went back and won a Champions League, but I'm surprised he still gets minutes. Because he come on in the Champions League final as well. It's like, bro.
I don't care if he's Champions League winner, bro. What does he contribute? This guy
he don't contribute something. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all. That's why when people say, "Oh, this player, that player is a World Cup winner," what did they actually contribute to winning it? Because you can be a bench boy and win the World Cup, bro. And the only reason you're winning it is because luckily your parents have the passport that enabled you to be from flipping Brazil or Germany or one of these big nations that win the World Cups. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that you're
Jonathan Greening's got a Champions League medal. Like, work that one out.
It don't make no sense, bro. There was once upon a time, Asensio, when he first burst on the scene, I thought, what a baller. But now we're going for Asensio.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was like a lot of talk. The Real Madrid fans were just fed up with him, like, because he's not really stepped on from. He really burst onto the scene. I think 2017. I think he scored in the Champions League final against Juventus, and they had high hopes for him, scoring like long distant range goals. Like, very good player from good on the ball, but he's never really stepped up and taken to the next level. And like you said, when Real Madrid sell a player, it's because they're done. It's not because they got any real value. Like, it's just because they're done, or they're looking for the next best thing. Like when they sold us Di Maria, or possibly when they sold you Ozil, like they were moving on to like the Modric's, or when they sold us Di Maria, they wanted Bale. You know what I mean? That's the only time you're gonna get a good player from them. But yeah, when it's a player that's not been featuring that much, is it really worth that? Like you said, you already did it with Danny Tobias, brother. And it didn't work out. Like, why are you going back to do the same thing again? Like, yeah, it's frustrating, brother. I can understand your frustration, bro. You're not getting the players that fit in your system, that's right for you now. It's almost like it's team like Project Youth once again. Get them. Let's see if we can build them into a star. And if it don't work, it don't work. But still, then again, like if it don't work, it's another year without a league title. It's another year of of delaying the process.
Mm. I mean, you know, when Fergie used to build teams, he probably built about 3-4 teams in his time at Man United. Did he not mix experience with the youth? When you got in the class of '92, did you not mix that with experience?
Bruv, like when Giggs come through the team, he was in the team for the big men like Paul Ince, Bruce, Pallister, fucking Cantona, Hughes. Like these are big men to Giggs at 17 years old, bruv. Get me? Like he can't go out of line because obviously he's got the big players ahead of him that'll be able to set the standard. And again, it happened 15 years down the line when he had like got Gary Neville, Scholes, Giggs. And then obviously the likes of like, that Ronaldo's, the Rooney's, like those are the younger players coming through. Like they knew, and obviously Roy Keane, having them like got them man in the changing rooms, you can't fuck about, bro. But you see when you're like trying to just grow a whole team of youth and you got one or two like players that have got the experience, I don't think it works, man. You need that balance. And I feel like we've lost that balance as well. And Arsenal certainly lost that balance. Especially last season when obviously watching that Newcastle game, I was just like, where have Arsenal got that real grit in that team? That Vieira, that fucking like the Tony Adams, like you just haven't got you haven't got it in any real key area like the midfield or the centre back or even the forward, bruv. Aubameyang could have been pivotal for you at the end of last season, and you never replaced him. I understand that Lacazette. Everything else about his game is decent, but apart from scoring, can't score goals. So he's just useless. He's just useless to you. And Kettier, cool, he picked up near to the end, but like, was it just a purple patch? Is it there for the long term? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just too much experiment, man. You need players that are in and ready to go now.
Exactly. Facts. Listen, Richarlison, negotiations are already well advanced. Arsenal set to miss out yet again. For me personally, I don't want Richarlison. Looks like Fabrizio Romano is reporting that he's going to Tottenham. What do you make of Richarlison? Would you like him at Man United? Do you rate him for Arsenal?
Nah, he's a decent player, but he's another one. I don't feel like he's ever really kicked on at Watford. I understand like Everton, it's been a bit of they've had a massive disappointing season, man. Everton have got a decent team that shouldn't be. They should be fighting for European spots. You know what I mean? They should be in the top 7, top 8, if not having an outside opportunity to get in top 4, like how West Ham did. That's where Everton should be. But last season they just underachieved massively. And to be fair, the one player that did stick out for them was Richarlison. But would I take him at United? Nah. Do I think he's a bad player? No. But I don't feel like I feel like Everton's that's the level that he's at, bro. I even think it's a waste of time. Tottenham going in for him. Tottenham, like, they've got what Kulusevski one wing, Son. They just signed Perisic. They've still got more Bergwijn. Like, what? I suppose he coming to be Harry Kane's understudy.
I mean, he's better than Bergwijn. I think Bergwijn is shocking.
I suppose. Yeah.
But then would he really want to come to be on the bench? That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the point. Like, I think he's best to just stay at Everton for another year, brother. Just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Because wherever you're going, you're not gonna get first team spot. Even if he goes to you, though, he ain't getting first team football, man. It's not a level above, man. I feel like Pepe's better than him. Saka's better than him. Martinelli's better than him. Like, it's
mad, but I feel exactly just like you. I don't think he's that great. I think he's good as a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the last one I'll bring up is Man United prepared to hijack £35 million Arsenal bid target. Obviously, Lisandro Martinez, Who do you actually think is going to win the race to sign him? Because you're interested and we're interested. I think there's enough stories out there. Who do you think is going to get him?
I probably would say us, just for the fact that obviously he's worked under Ten Hag. He's got success with him. It's a no-brainer, isn't it, really? But potentially, he's more likely to probably get more minutes at Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think he walks into your starting lineup and he walks into ours. So I think you can offer him the same amount of minutes.
It depends, innit? If we're going to use him probably as a DM, then yeah. As a centre-back, I just got a feeling like he's still going to be playing Maguire and Varane or Lindelof. Like, I feel like them three at the moment are our three starting centre-backs. Like, whether people like it or not, them three are starting next season if we don't get a proper centre-back in. But I'm not sure. I feel like he's more likely to come to us, but I feel like the move probably for Arsenal is probably better for him if he wants week in, week out football where it's guaranteed. It makes sense for him to go to Arsenal.
Yeah, fair enough. Listen, I'm gonna fully judge Arsenal when the window is closed. Like I said before, we need a fullback, we need a right back on the same level as Tierney. We need rotation for Tierney that's actually decent, not like Davaj that's getting put on the bench and Jack is playing left back over him. We need rotation for Thomas Partey because he keeps getting injured. We also need a CDM. We need a CM that is world class. We need number 10. We've already got another number 10. We need.
What do you think of Partey? Because obviously he did have a good like obviously the turn of the year. I say off the back end of last year. You know when you went on that form and you beat like Norwich 5-0, you beat Leeds 4-0, and you looked like you were picking up like I think you won like 4 or 5 games in a row. And then obviously he went to African Nations and then come back. Didn't quite have the best of starts. But actually, was the Man City game before African Nations or was it after?
African Nations, wasn't it like around January times?
January, isn't it? But you know when you played Man City and you played well, but obviously you lost 2-1. I think Partey played that game. Partey was amazing that game.
And that game, Arteta wasn't a manager. It was Airport. For all the super fans, that were knocking one off, it wasn't even your manager that was managing that game.
Yeah, all right, I forgot.
He's one of clowns, bro. But I'm telling you, like exactly what you said. Arteta told us, Arteta fans told us Basuma, Rafinha were done deals. Obviously, they meant it for another club. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like we've been linked for Basuma, for every season, bro. Like in the last 3-4 seasons, bro. Like he was the new Benzema's coming to Arsenal, the new Draxler's coming to Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? And look, for 25 mil, bro, because most Arsenal fans, it's always about money. Oh, this, that. We're not gonna get 25 million pounds, bro, and Spurs go and get the player. I'm sick and tired of it, bro. I want this guy gone, bro. I'm not giving this guy any time. I want him gone, bro. He ain't good enough. Bro. Like at the end of the day, most Arsenal fans, I'm talking about the super fans, the super positive fans. They said last season, if he doesn't get top 4, he should be fired. Why do they always move the goalposts? Now, we want to see them with young players. He needs more of his players. Why, bro? When you got a world-class manager like Conte, you can achieve what you need to achieve, and he doesn't need to overhaul the whole team. Of course, he's going to sign some more players, but look what he did. Do you know what I'm saying? Look what he did in 6 months, bro, compared to this guy in 3 years. That is the levels, because that's the difference between an apprentice and an experienced person within their field. I'm sick of it, bro. My club has been Experiment FC. I've seen 3 youth projects now. I've seen the youth project with Fabregas and Heleb and all them. I saw the youth project with Wilshere and Ramsey and Jenkinson and Gibbs and all that. Both of them didn't lead to nothing. And now we're going to get another one, And I'm sick of it, bro. I saw a youth project around flipping Van Persie. We didn't win anything. I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick and tired of it, bro. Like the most... And I said this yesterday on Jez's channel. I said this. When we moved to the Emirates, they told us we're here to compete with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, We've moved to compete with Bayern Munich. How are we going to compete with Bayern Munich buying youth? Because Dortmund buy youth way better than us. Way better than us. And they ain't won the league in 10 years. Bayern Munich have won the league 10 times in a row now. But Dortmund trying to tackle them every season by buying youth. Well, they're not competing, are they? No, because Bayern are onto their 10th league, bro. It's not going to work. And we don't even scout to the level of a Dortmund. Do you know what I'm saying? So, bro, it's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. The only youth project that's ever worked in England has been the class of 92. That is it. That's the only youth project. And it wasn't even a fully youth project anyway in the first place.
Yeah.
So what chances have we got, bro?
Yeah.
I'm done.
I understand your frustration. Like, obviously, you were saying, like, obviously, with the Arsenal fans saying that if Arteta don't get top 4, he should be gone. It's by right. He should have been gone. Like, what I don't understand is he took you from 4th, 5th to back 3 places to 8th, back to back. I understand he won the FA Cup, but finishing 8th back to back is a fucking disgrace. And then the following season, cool, you do better, you do play better football, but you didn't get top 4. Like, let's be honest, like, and you were playing 1 game a week. That's underachieving. He has to go after that. I'm so surprised they offered him a deal to stay. It didn't even make sense because he didn't even hit the minimum target. The one thing with Ole, he wasn't great in the end, but he was hitting the minimum target of getting top 4 at least. Arteta's not even doing that. Why is he still there? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Why
from the same fans that protested Wenger to get out because top 4 was boring. But now this guy goes to 8th and it's trust the process. Make that make sense. Because I wanted Wenger out because he was washed. And I wanted this manager out because he's washed. And then the excuse is, oh, but Unai Emery had a dead team. Yeah, but Unai Emery, that dead team, has finished higher than Mikel Arteta. And Mikel Arteta spent $250 million. So make that make sense. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's a joke, bro. Like, it's an absolute joke. I'm telling you, being an Arsenal fan is frustrating, bro. Like, the last thing I want to ask you before you go, you know, Arsenal fans like me, and big up Jorginho, name another manager that signed this much players in 3 years. Big up to you, bro. Thank you for your donation. You're a real one. At the end of the day, yeah, when Ole spent money, he had objectives. And when he didn't meet those objectives, they cut him. They cut his water off. He was done. Lampard as well. They gave him, you know, the benefit of the doubt the first season. Then when he got everything he wanted, that's it. He got cut. They didn't say, oh, you know what, Ole and Lampard, you have to rebuild the whole squad into the players that you want. Now, modern football's not like that. Yeah, most managers only get 2-3 signings in max anyway. And then you have to get a system that gets the most out of these players. Look at Tuchel going to Chelsea. How many of those players were his when he won the Champions League with Chelsea?
None. He didn't sign no players. I understand the team was almost complete, but he still went there, demanded the best out of the players that he got, built a structure and stuck to it. And ever since that, he's still stuck to the same structure now. Cool, couple of signings didn't go his way with Lukaku and that, but he's not fallen off a fucking cliff, has he? You get me? He's still maintaining the top 4 spot. He's still challenging for all the trophies. Like, he got to 2 finals, missed out on penalties both times. Champions League, like, it's Real Madrid. Like, when you get knocked out by Real Madrid, sometimes you just got to hold up your hand and say, listen, we were knocked out by the winners, bruv. Like, these men are just levels, innit? But they won it the year before. Like that's what you want, innit, from a manager that's going to come into your club, innit? Like, get the most out of the little that he's got, if you know what I mean. With Arteta, I feel like he's just, can I have more? Can I have more? But I'm not really giving anything back.
Even you know Conte, you know when Conte was at Chelsea, I think that season we slapped Chelsea up, yeah? And then that's when Conte changed to the 3 at the back.
Yeah. He was like,
yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? That is a proactive manager. That's a manager that's like, wait, hold on. With the players I got, I can't play this formation. What's the best formation to get the most out of them? But how come at Arsenal, most fans, I mean, these lot up in here, the Tropa Elite, these lot are some serious fans. They got high standards, but the majority don't think like that. Oh, no, give him excuse. Where was all this excuse for Unai Emery? Because Unai Emery wanted Zaha, he got Pepe. He wanted Partey, he wanted Partey before, he never got Partey. Do you know what I'm saying? There were so many players he didn't get, but yet it was the right decision to sack him. And he doesn't need time and all the whole squad to be his. And apparently, I mean, even to his defense, most Arsenal fans said the team that he took over were dead wood. So he needed more of a rebuild than Arteta. But then Arteta comes in, and all of a sudden he gets all the money in the world, but it's no, give him more time, and he needs more players. Do you know what I'm saying? The Arsenal fans, yeah, always move the goalpost to suit themselves, bro. To suit themselves. There's always an excuse. Either it's fans like me, or it's VAR, or the referees are against us, or you need to. Oh, when they start becoming accountants, yeah. We're selling Aubameyang because we need to get him off the wage bill. Okay, cool. So how come we've lost 340 million pounds in the last 6 years and none of you have been complaining? You didn't complain when Ramsey went for free. We could have got 50 mil. You didn't complain when Ozil walked away for free. You didn't complain when Lacazette walked away for free. Do you know what I'm saying? You didn't complain then. You didn't complain when we got peanuts for Alexis Sanchez, for Van Persie. You know what I'm saying? For Fabregas. The list goes on, bro. But now they want to be accountants. Now you want to be an accountant. Bruv, I'm done with it, bro. Like, the standards at my club, bro. This is why when I came on Never a Foul, I remember when I first came on and big up the boys, and when I was seeing all this fake toxic positivity, I'm like, bro, do we support the same club? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't believe it, bro. I'm like, what are you, man? The Arsenal, man, I love them, and they know where I stand anyway. They know where I'm coming from with this. But it's like, bro, am I the only one that's been seeing how we've been failures? When the last thing I'm gonna say, when Man City done the all or nothing, that was to win in the league.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Why are we doing it about being failures?
I feel like you're just doing it because Spurs done it, and it's just to try and get like a little one-up thing. Like, I'm surprised United haven't done one yet. I'm so surprised. Imagine if we'd have done one for last season. My God, bro, I'm glad we're staying away from that. But because United love that PR stunt and they love the branding around it, I won't be surprised if we're next on the list, bro. Especially Ten Hag's first season doing the Amazon documentary. It makes sense what United love, that Hollywood style thing. But I'm very surprised Arsenal did it at a time when this is probably your lowest time as a club in my lifetime. I understand, like, when I first started watching football, you had like, was it Bruce Rhea, George Graham, but it weren't as bad as this, bro. You were still there or thereabouts. And then after getting Wenger, within a year, you were challenging for league titles, and the next thing you were league champions within 2 years. So, like, in my lifetime, this is the worst I've ever seen Arsenal. And to do a documentary right about now, it don't make sense. It just shows they haven't really got they haven't got what the fans want, which is success. I don't think they really are seeing that. I think, to me, they're just using the club as a cash cow, bro. Like, moving you to another stadium, sponsorships, like sexy kits, like it's crazy to think that's what Arsenal are known for. When I was growing up, Man United playing away at Highbury, I was nervous. Nervous. That was one of the worst stadiums to go and play at. It's small, compact. The fans are onto you. You don't get more than a two. Listen, United used to be a team where people would just back off from us. So Scholes and Keane would dictate for days. Bro, we're not getting the time at Highbury. No way. And when you move to the Emirates, it was just lost.
It was the same at Old Trafford, bro. Like, I would be nervous, bro. I'm like, yo, it's going to be long. Today's going to be long, bro.
Yeah.
It's going to be long. But I miss that, man. Like, I really miss that. Like, a lot of younger fans don't understand. I miss that, man. That's what made me, it was, I didn't live with my dad. My dad was never, like, in my life or nothing. So I never got forced to support a club, bro. Like, I looked at Man United and Arsenal, and I was like, I was going to be a United fan. But then when I saw Arsenal, I was like, bro, when I go into the playground, I wanted to play like Arsenal. I wanted to imitate. That's what I was doing, bro. Like, that was the joy my club gave me. I'm sure it's the same with you with United, bro. Like, you were like, yo.
Cantona with the colours up and that. Come on, man.
You get me? When you talk to people about your club, your chest was up, bro. You know what I'm saying? The chest was up.
No one can talk down to it. But listen. Like, growing up as a United fan in school, like, deep down, I knew Thierry Henry was the guy. But don't ever tell me he's better than Van Nistelrooy, I don't care, bruv. I was defending Van Nistelrooy for days. Van Nistelrooy is better. I don't care. But deep down, I knew Henry was better. Like, I know Henry was better. Henry was just levels, bruv. Silky. He could do anything. Do you know what I mean? When he ran through the Tottenham defense, when he chipped Barthez over, like, he could do anything, innit? Van Nistelrooy was special as well, but Henry was just on the next planet, yeah? But obviously, like, I think it's kind of like the Liverpool fans will defend, like, the Salah, like, and like like the Trents over like with Chelsea fans with the Reece James and Man City's with the like Cancelos and I don't know De Bruyne and that. To get me, like they're not backing down in it because they know their team is decent in it and that they can talk up for their team. But now I just feel like, brother, I'd love to talk up Rashford, love to talk up, you know, Martial and those players and that. But because we're just in the mud right now, I feel like I'm just burying myself like now, and it's a disgrace, bro, because I've not grown up on that. Do you know what I mean, bro? I'm not growing up on that. I've grown up like being cocky. Get me right now, fam. It's a horrible time to be a United fan, but I'm just praying, brother. I'm praying, bro. This is a whole new beginning now, and they literally stick behind Ten Hag and literally give him what he needs. And I don't know if I'm gonna do the patient game because literally, like for me, I'm
How
gonna
long
give
would
him a
you give
task
him?
of. I'm giving him a task of top four for this season, innit? Like he has to get top four, bro. Like
Yeah.
can't be fucking about, bro. Innit? Like I'm not sitting out another year of Champions League, bro. Man United need to be in the Champions League. So for me, top four, I think you got to give him 3 years, innit? You got to give him 3 years to try and win the league or even try and challenge for a league title. But for me, task one, get Man United back in the Champions League. And it's going to be so difficult because top four is going to be the hardest thing ever this year, man. Harder than ever. I think obviously we know Chelsea are going to strengthen. You lot are strengthening. Spurs have got a decent manager as well that don't play. And then you got the outsiders like your West Hams that were in the mix last season. I think they fell away because of squad depth, and obviously they took their eye off the ball going for the Europa League. Newcastle spending money now, bruv, and bruv, the way Newcastle bopped you lot off the park at the end of the last season, I said to myself, my God, bruv, they're already advanced in their stages of moving up the ladder in being a top club, bruv. That Bruno Gomares, what's the name of their
Rejected
manager
us to
again?
go there, and
Say
then
again?
clowned us at his release.
Bruv, if you'd have got him, bruv,
It's laughable, bro.
it's
It's
crazy, isn't it?
laughable. And man wanna
Crazy.
ask me why I'm stressed. I'm stressed because these figures that puta don't do what they need to do. Eddie's every time where it's transfer season, Eddie's on a jet ski. Eddie's got his Havanas on. He's in Brazil, got some coconut juice, and just chilling, bro. I'm done, bro. Like literally. How much? The last question before we lock off, because I won't keep you any longer. How many players do you see Man United bringing in? Like, how many players you actually think they're going to bring in?
I think we need about 5, 6, but I think 4. I think they'll sign 4. I think, yeah, I think 3 signings and possibly if they get Ericsson on a free, they'll do a cheat code on that one. So, and plus, obviously, our youth team won the Youth Cup last season, so like the youth are in high spirits right now. So they probably believe that they got a big opportunity. And for me, I think there's 5 youth players that I look at that have a big opportunity next season and that can really knock down doors in getting into the first team. That's for me. Ethan Laird at right back. He had a really good time at Swansea, and then Bournemouth got him on loan, and then it kind of stagnated because of injury. But I feel like he's got a really good chance. James Garner helped Nottingham Forest getting promoted. Actually, kind of got the winning goal, getting them to the final, winning the playoff finals. Hannibal Megbury come through the back end of last season, and Alvaro Fernandez and Garnacho. So that's 6 players. So 6 players. I feel that have a massive opportunity if they take it. And there's other players as well that sporadically that could have opportunities like Tonzabi. There's Dishon Bernard as well. He went out on loan to Hull, and Dylan Levitt is another one as well. So yeah, there's a few. I'll show the short hire as well. So like, there's quite a few that's knocking on the door. But those main 6 ones that I mentioned earlier, I feel like they've got a massive opportunity, and I'm just hoping, they've got 2 weeks to train under Ten Hag. I hope they train hard, get the opportunities in pre-season, and just take it, bruv. And literally, that might stop us from having any signings. But for me, 4, 5 signings, man. We need 2 centre midfielders, a centre back, either left or full back. I can stomach playing 3 out of the 4 like that's there right now, and a right winger. We do need another striker, but I don't think we're going to sign another striker this year, man. Missing out on Nunez, I think we'll just bite our tongue and just keep Ronaldo, and obviously potentially keep Martial for another year, and then sort that problem out next summer.
Yeah.
But what about you? How many players you lot see coming through the door?
I only see about 3 players. I can't lie. Like I think we're going to sign another 3 or 4. I think we're going to sign another 2 players, maybe if we're lucky. It's not going to be enough for us to be competing up for the league. And I see this manager getting fired halfway through next season. That's what I see. So yeah, man, it's a joke team. But listen, God willing, Man United stay in the banter club era. And God willing, you lot don't recover. God willing, the club don't really back Ten Hag, and Ten Hag ain't good enough. Listen, I hate you lot. You know what I'm saying? I hate you lot with a passion.
I understand.
You know what I mean? I'm sure you hate us, and I expect nothing less.
Nah, vice versa. No, I'm not gonna lie to you lot. You lot are up. I hate you lot more than I hate Liverpool. I'm not gonna lie, and it's just for the fact that I grew up Man United versus Arsenal, Keane versus Vieira. Do you get me? Like, it weren't a joke around thing, bruv, innit? Van Nistelrooy versus Rivalry. It really was Man United versus Arsenal. That's the greatest running of 2 teams going at it ever. Man City and Liverpool, it don't even come close.
Nah, because the animosity ain't the same. With us, it was animosity.
Bro, even Wenger, but Fergie had it out, bro. Literally, you had the pizza business. You know what I'm saying? 49 and out, like. You get me? You lot beating us in the FA Cup fight. Bro, we had everything in it. Everything. FA Cup semi-finals. Bro, it was the best time of the Premier League era, I think.
Listen, big up, Briz, for coming on. Make sure people you like and subscribe to Trafford Tunnel, also to Never a Foul channel as well. Make sure you subscribe here as well. And without further ado, we're out.
Big up, people.